Be me. Super hyped to try VR for the first time. Get a new headset, ready to be immersed. See a boxing game. Always wanted to try boxing, but never got around to it. Download it, strap in, and start smashing opponents. First guy looks like a retired history teacher. Beat him into early retirement in seconds. Second guy is basically the guy from Breaking Bad, but with abs. No match for my lightning reflexes. Feeling cocky, decide to go online. Match up against some dude named Scrub Destroyer 69. He's built like a brick wall with fists to match. He jabs me, I yell and swing wildly. Accidentally punch my desk, sending my half-full monster can flying. He dodges and delivers an uppercut that sends me into the night table, effectively destroying it. I recover and stand up, activate my special move, the windmill. Flailing arms destroy my opponent in half my room. Girlfriend walks in to check what's happening. She steps in at the exact moment I go for my ultimate finisher. Land a devastating haymaker directly on her face. Hear a loud thud from outside the game. Take off headset. Girlfriend is slumped against the wall, knocked out cold, foam trickling from her mouth. Double kill. .mp4. Chuckle to myself. Try to revive her while explaining it's just a game. She wakes up, stares at me, and refuses to speak. I tell her she should have had better defense if she was going to enter my room mid-fight. Now she's mad, and I'm banned from using the headset when she's home. Why are women like this, guys? What are some weird things you guys have done to impress women in the gym? Today, I brought fake Halloween blood in a small PWO shaker bottle, then took a sip before doing a heavy T-bar row, and pretended to cough up blood onto the floor in front of this hot yoga pants girl who's been coming in around the same time. WTF, OP, she thinks you have AIDS! So in my head, I thought she would show concern and try to walk to me, to see if I was okay, but she looked visibly disturbed and got up from doing her single leg lunges and left the gym. This guy, who was a lot bigger than me, was doing deadlifts in the cage next to me and came over and asked if I needed an ambulance. I told him no, I was okay, and that I had eaten spicy chicken wings before the gym, and they must have upset my stomach. I ended up leaving and sitting in my car afterwards, kind of sad that the girl didn't talk to me. Be me. 7. Forced to do karate. Slack off every time. Dad yells at me. Asks me if I want to join clown school. I said yes. Gets even angrier. My face when I don't get to join clown school. Be me. Surgeon. 35-hour operation. Do it perfectly with no mistakes. Everyone thanks God. Regular mission with randos. Nobody talks. Communication only occurs via laser pointer or very few words on text chat. Grabber spawns and grabs our gunner. He opens his mic and screams at the top of his lungs. Shoot the bug to free him. He types THX and keeps playing without using the mic. Can I have the fruit pancakes, please? The what? There's nothing on the menu called fruit pancakes. The fresh fruit pancakes. Huh? This one. Points to menu. Say it. What? Say it. I'd like, Rudy Tooty. Say it like you mean it. Starting to cry. I want a Rudy Tooty. Fresh and fruity. Why do dining establishments like to humiliate their customers like this? Be me at 16. The year is 2005. Walking home from football practice in the cold rain. It's going to be my last practice as I told coach I'm done. Mental health was down the drain. On the way home, my brother drives by and sees me walking. Picks me up. We go over to Best Buy since he was looking to get a nice TV. They have GameCubes for cheap. I pick one up and a copy of Zelda Wind Waker. Brother takes me home and we trade off playing. Parents aren't home and he stays the night. The next morning he leaves for work. I don't have school so I play more. He comes back over and over the course of a few days we finish the game. I love every moment of it. He asks me how I'm doing and is legitimately the only person in my life who gives a shit about me. A week after we finish Wind Waker, he gets in a plane crash. I hear the news and can't talk for a whole month. Time passes and I heal. I haven't had the time for video games, but there's a new Zelda that just came out, so I go pick it up at Walmart. I plug in my GameCube, take out the Wind Waker disc, and open its case to put it back. I notice a piece of paper in the case. I'm sorry I'm not around as much anymore, but if you need anything, I'm always here, bro. I take a deep breath and let out a frickin' ton of emotion. Put in Twilight Princess and play all night. It's been years. I miss him every day. Grow up with cold, distant parents. Never learn to show affection. Have girls be nice to me and try to flirt. Ignore them or be rude to them. Get girlfriend. Go to her house. Her parents hug and talk. Her siblings are social and kind to me. A whole different world. Something I never had growing up. Well, the world is bigger than you think, eh? Be me. Forever alone.jpg. 23, never been kissed. Spend my days browsing /V and playing VidJam. Decide to try the real world thing. Download Tinder, use a photo where I'm actually smiling, somehow get a match. She's cute, into nerdy stuff, just like me. We start talking, actually have good conversations. My face when I might actually get a girlfriend. We go on a few dates, things are going great. She actually laughs at my terrible jokes. Get to the defining the relationship talk. She says yes to being my girlfriend. Feels good, man.jpg. Finally, I'm not a virgin wizard anymore. Things are great for a few months. We binge watch anime, play board games, the whole works. Suddenly, she starts acting distant, barely answers my texts, make excuses not to hang out. Eventually, she texts me, we need to talk. Oh god, no.gif. She breaks up with me. Says she feels like we're not compatible anymore. Classic. Back to forever alone.jpg. That face when I tasted the forbidden fruit and got kicked back to the garden. At least I have my vidya. Back to /v I go. Life is pain. Be me. 28. Dating girlfriend for 2 years. Girlfriend's 22-year-old sister, Emma, super sweet but kinda shy. Always thought she was just being polite around me. One day, she was helping girlfriend bake cookies. I'm hanging out in the kitchen. Emma starts stumbling over her words when I ask her how her studies are going. Girlfriend laughs, says, "You're so awkward around him. It's cute." Emma turns bright red, tries to laugh it off. Didn't think much of it. Just figured she's shy in general. Emma starts acting a little different when I'm around. Brings me snacks when I visit, compliments random things I do. Girlfriend teases her sometimes. Calls her teacher's pet for me. Emma always looks flustered. Says it's nothing. Few weeks later, girlfriend asks me to pick Emma up from her art class. Emma's quiet at first, but then starts talking about her new project. She lights up describing it. Clearly passionate and talented. Tell her it's really cool how creative she is. Emma blushes and says, "Thanks, that means a lot coming from you." Realize she might have a small crush. Decide not to make a big deal. Fast forward to a family dinner. Girlfriend's parents invite me over. Emma's dressed up, looks genuinely happy when I show up. She's more talkative than usual but still sneaks glances at me. Girlfriend teases her again. Says she's acting like it's her prom night. Emma rolls her eyes but blushes like crazy. Next day, girlfriend casually mentions Emma might have a tiny crush on me. Laugh it off, but girlfriend says, "It's harmless. She just looks up to you." Can't stop thinking about it. Decide I need to say something. Don't want her feeling awkward or hurt, so I wait for the right moment. Find Emma painting in her room one afternoon. Knock and ask if we can talk. She looks nervous. Tell her I think she's amazing and respect her feelings, but I love her sister. Emma looks embarrassed, but smiles, says, "I know, I just think you're a really great person." Reassure her she's awesome too, and deserves someone special. Things feel weird for a while, but then Emma starts opening up more. I compliment her art and encourage her to share it with others. She just smiles at me, "Thanks." Fast forward 6 months. She introduces her to her new boyfriend, a guy from her art class. Girlfriend laughs, says, "Guess she's finally over you." Emma smiles and says, "I found someone who's crazy about me." Proud of how everything turned out. Emma's happy, girlfriend and I are closer than ever, and her family's amazing. Be me. Married and very in love. Be last night. Wife says she's going to her family's house for dinner. Enjoying my time home alone when her younger sister, around 20-year-old, calls in a panic. Says they were driving out to get ice cream with her mom and they got into a car accident. Says my wife isn't breathing. Obviously immediately drop my shit and ask where they are. Sister-in-law tells me where and I sprint to the car. As I'm driving, her mom texts me the address of the hospital and says to meet them there. I'm going 50 over and can barely see because I'm freaking out so much. Sister-in-law calls me again crying and tells me that it really doesn't look good. Asks me why I'm not there yet. I've never felt more helpless in my entire life. Get to the hospital after what feels like 100 years. All 3 of them are in the parking lot. Literally sprint towards them and start looking over my wife. She's fine. They're all fine. Sister says it was a prank. A freaking prank. Relief turns into anger and I start yelling at them at the top of my lungs. Never yelled like that in my entire life. By the end of it, my wife is crying for real and her family tells her to just come home with them. Sit in the parking lot until like 4 a.m. just shaking. When I come home, my wife is there and she's apologizing profusely. I feel hollow AF. Don't respond. Can't respond. Call out of work this morning and just spend the morning sitting on my porch. I thought this woman, who I would kill for, was dead or dying, and there was nothing I could do. I don't know how to even begin processing this. I'm sure it's just the recency of it all, but I fully feel like a different person. Like my wife did die last night, and I had a psychotic break or something. Be me. Be 19. Make friends with this hot girl through amateur acting. Become better friends and hang out. She breaks up with her boyfriend, invites me over for a sleepover. Her family are away, just us. We watch a movie and drink some wine. Nothing happens. She wants to go to her bedroom. Ask her where I'm sleeping. That's up to you, she says in a sexy voice. Okay. Couch looks comfy, I'll sleep here, good night. She seems mad. Kicks me out in the morning and stops talking to me. Takes me a few months to figure out she wanted to touch my ding-dong. Fuck. Narrator here. There's no way guys are actually this tense, right? Please tell me this is just a story and it didn't actually happen to someone, please? It took humanity until the mid-19th century to figure out that washing your hands prevents you from getting sick. What the frick? Be me. 23-year-old man. I have a bachelor's degree. I can't get a job despite applying to anything I can find. Could only get jobs working at FedEx, Cheesecake Factory, and Sbarro. Still living with my parents. Parents keep asking me when I'll get a job. Dad thinks I need to attend graduate school and get a master's degree. I'd still be jobless with a master's degree and $100,000 in student loan debt. They think I'm not trying hard enough. Reality is, I don't know what to do anymore. Feel jaded. Waste my days touching myself and watching TV. At least I didn't have to take out any loans. At this point, I'm genuinely considering a trade school. Maybe become a mechanic. What the hell is the point of any of this? At this point, I just want to give up and reject society and become a frickin' bum. Everything feels like a joke to me now, and I hate it. Be me. 30. Stuck in the most soul-sucking office job imaginable. IT, basically have access to everything. Work for Steve, the walking disaster of a boss who thinks he's a motivational speaker because he's read a few business books. Steve's favorite catchphrase is work harder, not smarter, and he says it while wearing a suit that clearly doesn't fit him. One day, Steve pulls me into his office and hits me with the classic, "You're gonna have to work more overtime. Unpaid, of course, or you're gonna get fired." Laughs so loud that the receptionist starts looking at me like I've lost it. This is the last straw. I've been planning to quit for weeks now anyway, so what the hell? Time to make his life a living nightmare. Tell him, "Sure thing, Steve, I'll get right on it." Next day, show up in my worst outfit, a neon green jumpsuit, socks with sandals and sunglasses inside. Everyone's staring at me, but I just sit at my desk like it's a normal day. Start printing out random pictures of puppies and cats just to fill the entire printer queue. Every time Steve asks me to do something, I tell him, "Sorry, I'm not working today. My chakras are misaligned and I need to focus on my spiritual energy." Print out a massive sign that says, "Free hugs in the break room," and hang it above Steve's desk. He doesn't notice until he's halfway through his morning meeting. Start trolling Steve by emailing him fake, urgent client requests, and then using his email to forward them to customers. One client gets an email from Steve saying, "Thank you for your inquiry about our services. Also, we are now selling Steve's world-famous discount Tupperware. Buy one, get one free." Client responds, "What the hell? Is this a joke?" "Perfect." I reply with, "No, this is serious business. Contact Steve for all your Tupperware needs." Steve flips out, tries to call the customer, but the whole office can hear him screaming in frustration through his office door. Next step, I start sending out company-wide emails pretending to be Steve, making absurd announcements. From now on, we'll be changing the company logo to a picture of Steve's face. All branding will follow this theme. Please remember to address all emails in all caps. Steve believes it promotes urgency. Every email gets more ridiculous, and Steve starts sweating bullets as HR gets involved. On top of that, I start trolling the customers directly. Send one random client an email. "Hi, we noticed you didn't buy our product. Would you like a free lifetime supply of our CEO's favorite socks instead?" Another client gets a message. "Just a heads up, we're launching a new service where you can hire Steve to give motivational talks. He's a self-proclaimed expert, so it's 100% free." Soon enough, the entire office is a circus. Decorate Steve's office like a kid's birthday party, balloons, streamers, party hats, the works. He walks in to find a giant "Happy Birthday, Steve" banner across his desk. Finally, I send out one last email from Steve's account to the entire company. "Dear team, I'd like to announce that we're switching to a 4-day work week starting immediately. Also, the company is officially renamed Steve's Funland, and we're introducing mandatory fun days every Friday." Watch as Steve's head explodes. He storms into HR and tries to explain himself while his entire team laughs behind his back. Take a final lap around the office, knowing I'm leaving anyway. Make my grand exit. Leave a giant stack of empty pizza boxes on Steve's desk, along with a good luck card that just says, "Enjoy the ride, loser." That feeling when Steve tries to call me in to discuss the chaos, but I'm already gone, sipping my drink with a grin on my face. That feeling when I'm free and Steve has to explain to HR how he lost control of his entire department because he's too clueless to manage a goldfish. Fuck you, Steve. Be me. Married for 5 years. No kid. Wife is pregnant. She's very happy and cried. I'm happy also. But I can't have kid. But only I know it. Is she cheating on me, or is this child a miracle child? Should I leave her now or wait until the child is born and do a DNA test secretly? Kids in my neighborhood are all spoiled brats. The parents have said kids cave into anything the kids want. The kids are really mouthy and they're D's. I rented a bouncy castle for the day, put it on my front lawn, had fun jumping around in it. A group of these brats comes around trying to get into my castle. Tell them to go away. They ain't allowed in. They go and get their parents. Parents are bitching at me to let their kids in. I phone the cops. Get 6 parents arrested for trespassing and verbal harassment. Name Hep. Hep very small, very hungry. No have tribe. All day hunt small meat in bush. One day, find big pig in big bush. Pig needs lots of bongs. But Hep keep trying. Bad pig go to sleep. Hep eat pig. No more hungry. And still have meat. Hep tired from doing bongs. Put meat in pack. Hep did good job today. Hug pack. Hep go to sleep. But then hear noise. Open eyes. Wild wolf sniff Hep. Hep scared. But stay very still. Wolf small. Wolf just bone. No wolf tribe. Wolf all alone. Hep all alone too. Open pack. Take meat in hand. Give to wolf. Wolf take meat. No take hand. Wolf yawn. Lay down. Hep and wolf hunt together now. Wolf find meat. Hep bonk meat. Play game like catch bone. Chase. Play fight. Hep hug wolf when sleep. No more cold. Hep not alone. Wolf good friend. What your good friend story? How do people have casual sex? Invited to drinks with coworker. She is a 40-year-old Asian MILF. Get drinks and have a good time. We F. Post-nut clarity hits and realize what I'm doing. Bros, how do people have casual sex? It feels so wrong. I didn't even really enjoy it and I'm filled with regret. Definitely going back to voluntary celibacy and wait for the girl I want to marry. Pickerel is how I feel. Wake up. Talk myself up before I leave for work. Complete stone face. No emotion for the whole workday. Occasionally hear coworkers refer to me as robotic or things like that. Come home, cry into my stuffed rabbit, repeat. Once or twice a year break down and quietly weep in my office. Be me. Work at an office. Very antisocial and vocal about it so no one bothers me. Unfortunately, all the offices are doorless. Out of 145 offices in my floor, a beehive formed outside my window. It became a gathering point for coworkers to watch the bees and talking to me about them. 2 weeks later, the hive made a separate extension and now technically I have 2 hives on my window. Coworkers now come daily to check if they're going to merge. Sorry for bothering you, Anon. Here, some coffee for your troubles. And the others are doing the same, bringing treats on my table. Since I just take the coffee, I offered the treats for others. I started bonding with them and found that I have similar interests with some of them. This morning on the opposite side of the bees, there was not 1 but 3 white pigeons. They were standing there watching the bees. One of my coworkers saw them and called the others to bring donuts because it's a special occasion, and I offered to pay for it. Wow, Anon, it's like nature is trying to tell you something. I'm not sure what it is, but it made me happy. Be me. 24-year-old femme Anon. Go on Tinder date to a restaurant. Guy is really cute. Potential boyfriend.jpg. We make small talk and drink wine while we wait for our starters. This date is going really well. He's actually interested in my cat and asks to see pictures. We order starters, main, dessert, and have a bottle of wine each. While we're eating dessert, he goes to the bathroom. 10 minutes later, he still hasn't returned. Ask a male waiter to check if he's okay. There's no guy in the bathroom. The bill is for £73 and 40 pence. I only have £48 on my card. I'm now barred from my favorite restaurant. My face win. Look up a YouTuber you used to like. They now make shitty slop content to get views. Look up more YouTubers you used to like. Only uploads every 18 months now. Last upload 5 years ago. Only does shitty low-effort live streams now. Only makes drama content now, etc. Why does everything have to worse with time? Running a game in Civil War Fantasy America. Catholic priest gives them a scroll of resurrection after they saved him from skeleton banditos. We should revive George Washington. Look it up. He's been dead less than 100 years and he technically died of a throat infection. Plays are now obsessed with resurrecting George Washington. Next week they're headed to Mount Vernon to try and rob his grave. I know I brought this on myself, but what do I do? They find the grave empty. The Lich Washington faked his death. Obscene amounts of ass hair. Enough pubic hair to knit a pair of socks. Caterpillar eyebrows that need to be shaved weekly to prevent a unibrow. No chest hair. Can't grow a beard. Visibly balding. Work at liquor store. See obviously underage girls enter and rush to the back. Hear them whispering and discussing what to get. They grab Heaven Hill vodka. They try and check out and I ask for ID. They lost it, but one says her dad says it's okay, she's 22. Laugh at them and tell them get the flop out. Same girl tells me her dad is rich, blah blah. They leave and I start eating a pickle in a bag. Drive-through bell rings. Walk over and see it's the same girls. They freak out, one says that there should have been someone else. I stare at them eating my pickle. They speed off. Good pickle. Men lonely. No one cares. Women lonely. National tragedy. Why is this? Where is the equality? Women get a say in things and go mask off for a full century. Men decide they just want to F a robot and be left alone. I know it's a tragedy, but I can't stop laughing. F cheating, that's young people shit. I'm ready to get married. And have an affair. Be sad. Remember boobs exist. No longer sad. Thank you, boobs. Year is 1992. Italian military goes to Somalia for some peacekeeping work under the UN. Same area they used to be active in the African theater of World War II. When they set up camp, they're approached by an 80-year-old Somali in full World War II Italian kit with a tricolor sash and perfectly maintained rifle. Soldiers WTF hard and ask him what he's doing. He's a veteran of an Askari group that fought for the Italians in World War II. Insists that he's back to fight for them like in the old days. Won't be turned away because he's taken an oath to serve them for life and intends to keep it. After consulting the general, they keep him around as sort of a mascot. Give him an honorary position as a camp guard and let him raise the flag. He's very loyal and they all love him except for one awkward problem. In ceremonies and formal events, no matter how much they always tell him to stop, he always screams, "Viva Re! Viva Duce! Viva Italia!" Underpowered even by mobile standards. Janky controls designed for baby hands. Casual games and shitty online. One of the best-selling consoles of all time. God damn, I am so lonely. Be me, just turned 35. Parents died in my mid-20s. Constant poverty. Actually have long-term girlfriend. Haven't as much as held hands in 2 years. Feeling older than ever. Less connected to anyone than ever. Try to play a game online for the first time since Halo 2 in freshman year of high school. Nobody even uses a microphone anymore. Total silence everywhere. Can't find meaning in anything. Exercise and diet. Life doesn't get better. Learn instruments and make music. Nobody listens. Desperately want to just connect with a human being. 0 players online anywhere. I don't ask a lot, but at this point I feel like I'm just counting the minutes until my brain shuts down and I forget that there was ever a me in the first place. Be me, 35 years old. New year, same routine. Work, pay bills, rinse and repeat. Salary is scarce, can barely afford 2 meals a day. Rent to keep my landlord richer. Gas to fuel my car so I can drive to work the next morning. No wife, no children, no friends, no goals. Isn't there anything more in life? Don't live the same year 35 times and call it a life. Be me, 22. Overprotective older brother. Little sister, Samantha, 19, has been dating this absolute train wreck named Kyle. Kyle's the worst, drug addict, thief, and always bragging about shady business deals. Try to tell Samantha he's bad news, but she thinks I'm just trying to ruin her happiness. She calls me controlling and says I don't understand him. Decide if she won't see it, I'll make her see it. Create a fake social media account pretending to be some random hot girl. Name her Amber, slap together a fake profile with filtered selfies and generic captions like Mondays are the worst. Start following Kyle, liking his posts and sending him casual DMs. That feeling when he bites almost immediately and starts flirting back. Within days, he's messaging me non-stop, acting like he's single. Keeps saying how complicated things are with his girlfriend and how he's looking for something real. Push him further, suggest meeting up for coffee, and he's all in. Meanwhile, he's still posting cringy love quotes on his Insta stories for Samantha to see. That feeling when he actually uses Snapchat filters on himself and thinks it's working. Compile all the evidence into a glorious folder of shame. Plan the ultimate takedown. Set up a fake date at a local coffee shop. Tell Kyle Amber can't wait to meet him. Show up instead, holding a printed stack of screenshots like it's a court case. Kyle's face when he sees me is priceless. He mumbles some excuse about helping a friend study. Show him the screenshots right there in the cafe. He tries to grab them, saying, "You don't understand, bro." Tell him if I see him near Samantha again, I'll share these with everyone, including his probation officer. He leaves, looking like he's about to cry. Later that night, I sit Samantha down and show her everything. She starts crying but thanks me for looking out for her. Breaks up with Kyle immediately, blocks him on everything, and even deletes her old photos with him. A couple of weeks go by and she's finally acting like herself again. That feeling when I had to catfish her trash boyfriend to protect her, but it actually worked. Sometimes you gotta be the bad guy to do the right thing. Protect your siblings, Anons. I don't know what else to do. My wife has been talking about a 5K coming up and how fun it would be. I signed us up and she was elated when she got the confirmation email. She gets home and thanks me for deciding to sign her up. Tell her I am looking forward to running with her. An immediate confused look appears on her face. What do you mean you're running with me? A few weeks ago, she said my clothes looked tighter on me. I saw this as an opportunity to start getting myself more active. She gets increasingly more upset when I tell her this and even cries. She says that I am ruining time she wanted to spend with her friends. I offer to drive separately. I offer to start at the back of the pack as opposed to with her. Nothing I offer or say is acceptable and now I have destroyed the entire weekend. I just wanted to make my wife happy and be a better version of myself for her. I don't understand and she won't talk to me. Be me. Work for car company. Have to give a interview today. I'm sitting, waiting, and finally my assistant bringing the potential employee. He comes in wearing baggy black suit pants and too tight polo. Greasy hair, neck beard, mouth breather. I greet him and sit him down and continue with the interview. So, your resume looks good. You graduated with such and such. Yeah. So, Anon, tell me about yourself. Then he said probably the dumbest thing you could tell an interviewer. Well, I like to play video games. My favorite is my face when pick related. Any Anons out there that does this, don't. You will not get called back. Be me in high school. Get bullied every day by a bunch of jocks. I see the jocks at the end of the hallway. They are slowly approaching. Not today, jocks. This is the last straw.mp3. Quickly open up from locker. It's showtime.jpg. Grab my Naruto Shippuden headband out of my locker and place it around my head. The jocks are only a few meters away now. Give their leader a death stare and slam my locker door while remaining eye contact. What are you looking at, you little loser? Says the jock leader. Start charging up my Rasengan. I've been practicing my Rasengan for weeks. Hopefully my training has paid off. The jock laughs and shoves me to the ground. Hear a group of girls laughing. I go to the bathroom and cry. Be burn victim. Disney sells me as a toaster. White people. Gonna sneak a few boxes of candy into the theater. Black people. Bro, we got chicken, fish, barbecue, brisket, 2 liters of grape soda, grandpappy's chillin' pie. Target bathroom caused surprise shit. Dropped multiple logs and don't feel close to finished. Stall next to me seems to be having similar troubles. Or at least that's what all those grunting, panting, and leg spasms are telling me. Suddenly see their hand slide underneath the stall, beckoning for something. My face went. Don't understand what it wants. So I simply squat over it and drop the hot steaming log. What the fuck? He flips out, shaking and banging on the walls like he's having a seizure. Won't stop screaming also. He finally kicks his stall door open and runs off like he found a ghost. My face went still. It wasn't until I got home that I realized he was beckoning for another roll toilet paper. I'm so freaking tarded. Be me. Latin guy. Omegle time.gif. White guy, watch my skin color. He answers, I don't speak taco. I answer, I don't speak school shooting. Oh yes, I speak Columbine shooting. Ironically, the man starts crying. I was there. F you. Closes Omegle. What the frick I have done to this guy? Queuing in Subway. Woman behind me asks if I'm excited. Yeah, pretty excited I guess. Do you know what you're having? Footlong, chicken, and bacon ranch melt. I meant, are you having a boy or a girl? My face when I'm not pregnant. Lol, maybe you should stop eating fast food then. Be me. Around 7-year-old. Mommy tells me to go take a shower. Throws a stick of deodorant at me and tells me to use it. Get into shower, get all wet. Roll stick of deodorant all over my body. Always a chick to wash it off. Showering always takes me a long time because of it. Be me now, 22. Back living in my mom's house while I'm in between jobs. Take long showers because now I have to combine touching myself and deodorant cleaning. Mom's starting to complain about water bill. Says I need to take quicker showers. Mom, I can only wash so fast. Men's deodorant takes forever to come off. What the frick are you talking about, Anon? Tell her what I mean. She starts laughing hysterically. Why didn't none of you Fs ever tell me how to take a shower? I never freaking understood what body wash was for. Be bored. Open Reddit because Reddit loser. Get bored of Reddit. Close Reddit. Instinctively open Reddit again. Goddamn loser. I did the same thing when I was like 16. Now I do the same with 4chan because I am distinguished and educated. Hey /X, I have a story for you. I can't clearly remember when my grandpa, RIP, actually told me about this. The memory kinda popped out sometime after he died. Early 40s. Grandpa was about 10 at the time. Small village in southern Sardinia. Poor AF. To this day the poorest region in Italy. People used to live in houses made of landini. Basically a sun-dried mixture of clay mud and hay. Some medieval type shit. Grandma is playing with some friend in the streets. It's getting late and there's a curfew. Time to get home. Grandpa decides to take the long way home, as he was in the mood for a walk. At some point, he hears someone calling his name faintly, almost like a whisper. Freaks him out, so he starts walking faster. He hears it again, this time louder and clearer in the voice of a man without any kind of accent. This is important because us Sardinians have a very strong accent, and if you know about it, it's immediately noticeable. Grandpa also used to have a unique, ancient Roman-inspired name his father made up, so there was no mistaking it, yet there was no one in sight. It was also getting darker by the minute. Grandpa is literally shitting his pants at the moment. A strong smoke smell hits his nose, stronger and more pungent than a cigarette. The man calls again, this time followed by a whistle. Right here, Grandpa. Finally, leaning on a short stone wall, Grandpa saw what he described as a distinct-looking man. Clean-shaven, slicked-back hair, smoking from a pipe, wearing leather shoes and a long black coat. He was holding a cane in his left hand and a leather pouch in his right. As I said, at the time people were still pretty much medieval peasants in the region, so that must have looked absurdly out of place. "Come closer," said the man. "No, you're going to kidnap me," Grandpa answered. "Absolutely not. I actually have a present for you," replied the man, as he showed Grandpa the content of the leather pouch. The pouch was allegedly full of gold coins and jewels. Grandpa knows something must be off, yet he's also very tempted. "Come on, I'm gonna make you rich." Grandpa finally gives in and starts walking towards the gold. As he was getting closer, the man started to look off. He said what looked like leather shoes were actually goat-like hooves. What looked like a cashmere coat was actually made from black crow feathers. Also, his face looked like stretched out leather and some mixture of black oil and dirty. Blood was oozing and dripping from his slipped back hair. His cane also turned into a hissing serpent, crawling in a spiral onto the man's arm. Grandpa was now standing in front of the demonic creature, paralyzed. Its breath smelled like a rotting corpse set ablaze with motor oil. The stench probably worked like ammonia salts, and Grandpa miraculously snapped out of the terror, escaping just a moment before the demon grabbed him by the neck. He made it home running as fast as he can, without ever looking back and praying over his panting breath. Despite all this, Grandpa was still thinking about that gold and didn't sleep that night. Can't blame him since he found himself eating boiled old leather shoe soles many times. People were that poor. Yes. At about 4:30 a.m., he snuck out of the house and came back to the encounter place looking for the bag. What he found was not what he expected though. He said he found a canvas sack full of dirt, worms, shit, and some pieces of coal. Up until the day he told me the story, Grandpa remained sure he actually met the devil himself and managed to escape from him. Be me, femme kinda ugly, but it doesn't bother me. Massive titties.png. Be at summer camp with male classmate. Walking alone towards lake in pants and bikini top. Classmate coming from there. Eyes on the ground. He hears somebody, me, approaching and starts to look up. Eyes visibly pause at my chest. Jiggle jiggle.zip. Solid 3 to 4 second blissful stare down with my glorious tittens. He finally looks up to my face. Expression morphs to pure terror. Says nothing. Walks away fast. Keck. Be me. At Walmart. Carry $500 worth of groceries. At checkout. Card gets declined cause my chick-ass dad closed my bank account. About to cry and break down. "Hey, let me take it from here," someone behind me says. It's a kid who deadass looks to be 13. Pays for the groceries. "Hey, thank you." "You're welcome." "Hey, you had to pay a lot for that. What is it you do?" "I'm a drug dealer." Holy shit. So freaking cool. Be me. See guy in his 30s with huge ice cream cone and happy face. Start giggling. Guys start giggling. Both accelerate laughing. Laugh hysterically by the time you meet. Wave to each other. My face when can't stop laughing. After years, I decided to rewatch Cars 2. Scene of the race in Italy. The announcer says that very important people are present, including the frickin' Pope? The Pope rides on top of another car. This is equivalent to a human using another human as transportation. If there is a Pope, there's Christianity in the world of cars. So does that mean there is a car Jesus Christ? What the frick does that work? Be me. B10. Eat entire can of beans for lunch. Go to 2-hour English class. Flatulence.exe. Hold it in it. Phew. Class ends. Walk to next class. Release the gas. Bend knees inwards to spread cheeks. Cutie pie walks by. Giggles. Ain't on, why are you walking like that? Said an autism.exe. I'm releasing the spirits of gods. Fart loudly. She screams and runs away. My face when I have autism. My face when I have committed cultural suicide. Should I have ended myself then? Be me. Sprinkler time. Thump, thump, thump. Anyone wanna join? It's a bit cold. Be 14-year-old me. Find 4Chan. Everyone calls each other autistic and gay. This is stupid. Leave 4Chan. Fast forward 3 years. Realize I'm gay. Fast forward another year. Get diagnosed with autism. My face win. I'm home, boys. Be me. Be 9 years old. Eating ice cream. Drop ice cream. Start cry. The lady in kiosk gives me new ice cream. My face win. Be me. 26. Single and miserable. Work a boring 9-to-5 job. Live alone and spend weekends playing video games. One day, I'm in the grocery store minding my business. See her. Tall, pale, dressed in black, tattoos everywhere, pushing a stroller. She's the hottest goth mommy I've ever seen. Looks like she walked out of a Tim Burton movie. She's struggling to reach a box of cereal on the top shelf. That feeling when I step in, grab it for her, and she flashes me the sweetest smile. Strike up a conversation. Learn her name is Raven. Of course. She's 29, single mom to a 3-year-old boy, and into all the dark, edgy stuff I secretly love. By the end of our chat, I've asked her out, and she says yes. First date goes surprisingly well. Dinner at a local diner and a late-night walk in the park. She's funny, sharp, and has a wicked sense of humor. That feeling when she quotes Edgar Allan Poe while we're sitting under a streetlight. Start seeing her regularly, and things get serious fast. Problem is, I start making stupid decisions because I'm so into her. Start skipping work to spend more time with her and her kid. Take her shopping, pay for her groceries, even help cover her rent once. Bank account starts draining faster than I can refill it, but I don't care. Friends tell me I'm being an idiot, say she's using me. I brush it off, convinced they just don't understand true love. That feeling when Raven starts talking about how her ex never supported her dreams. Promise her I'll be different. Quit my job to pursue a more flexible schedule so I can help her out more. Now I'm broke, jobless, and living off savings. But she says I'm her hero. One day I come over, and her ex's car is in the driveway. Confront her and she says it's nothing, and he's just visiting his son. A week later she stops replying to my texts. She blocks me on everything. And I see her posting pics with her ex on social media. That feeling when I ruined my life for a goth mommy who went back to her trashy baby daddy. Now I'm unemployed, broke, and can't even look at black eyeliner without getting triggered. At least I'm not a 4chaner. Oh wait. Wife is Ukrainian. Order her a cattail butt plug and cat ears from Etsy. War starts the moment we're ready to try it. She hasn't been in the mood to try it for a whole month. I'm a victim too. Company hired a new grad recently, a 21-year-old white woman. It was the only junior spot available, so I assume she must be great given how many applications we got. Over 100. Asked to help get her started. She doesn't know what Git is. She doesn't know what terminal is. Says she only uses GUI. She doesn't know how to extract a zip. She doesn't know how to access network storage. She doesn't know what RAM does. I asked as a joke. What the frick is going on? Are the new grads cooked or did they just accidentally hire an idiot? I want to report it, but I'm scared to as I'm not that senior myself. Weak twink. Big pee-pee. What did God mean by this? Holy frickin' cope, lol. Talked to college Stacy today. She said no men asked her out in the last 8 months. Now's your chance, big man. She's giving you a hint, you frickin' tard. Reading a book. Seems like the author has the exact pessimistic worldview, bleak outlook, and existential problems as me. I can't wait to keep reading and see how he deals with them. Check his Wikipedia page. Ended himself. Be me, 25. Single, working a basic 9 to 5. Recently tried dating again after a bad breakup last year. Matched with this girl, Olivia, on a dating app. She's cute, funny, seems down to earth. Decide to give it a shot. Plan a casual coffee date. She shows up dressed like she's going to the Met Gala. Compliments are flying. Conversation's good, but she keeps checking her phone. Ask her about it, and she says, "Oh, nothing, just some work stuff." Ignore it, try to focus on the date. But it's like she's half present. At one point, she actually takes a call, says, "1 sec," and walks off for 10 minutes. Thinking, alright, maybe she's just nervous or busy. She comes back, smiles like nothing happened, and says, "So, what's your 5-year plan?" Explain my goals, keeping it realistic, paying off debt, career progression, maybe travel. She nods but looks unimpressed, then says, "I want a man with ambition, you know?" Ask her what her goals are, and she says, "I just want to be taken care of." Deadpan for a second, then jokingly ask, like, financially? She laughs and says, "Of course, I'm not working forever." Can't tell if she's serious, but the vibe's completely off now. We finish the date and she says, "Text me," before leaving in her Uber. Decide to give her the benefit of the doubt. Text her later that evening. She replies with short answers, then ghosts me by the next day. Fast forward a week and I see her posting selfies on Instagram with #independentwoman. Can't help but laugh at the irony, but it gets worse. A mutual friend tells me she's been telling people the date was boring and that I lacked drive. Didn't know paying off debt and not wanting to be a sugar daddy counted as boring. Why are women like this? Act like they want honesty and stability, but they're chasing dreams they can't even define. Post about being independent but expect someone else to bankroll their lifestyle. It's like they're living in two completely different realities at the same time. My face when modern dating feels like a circus, and I'm the clown for showing up. Be me, 23, living in a small town where everyone knows everyone. Have a cousin, Ellie, 21, who's always been kind of the wild child in the family. We only ever saw each other at family reunions and holiday dinners. This summer, her family moves closer, and suddenly we're hanging out more. She's into the same shows, music, and memes. We start joking that we're too similar. One night, we're drinking wine at her place, and things get weird. She says, "If we weren't cousins, people would think we're like perfect for each other." Laugh it off, but she's not laughing. Fast forward a week, we're at a party, both a little drunk, and she kisses me. Pretend like it didn't happen, but it did, and now it's in my head. She texts me the next day, "So, are we gonna talk about it or just act like it didn't happen?" We agreed to meet up, just to clear the air. Long story short, the air was not cleared, and now we're friends with benefits. It's not awkward between us, but every time we hang out, I feel like I'm committing a felony. She says it's not a big deal since we're not that closely related. Google it out of morbid curiosity. Turns out it's technically legal in my state, which doesn't make it feel any less wrong. Start getting paranoid at family gatherings, thinking everyone knows. Every time someone says, "You two are so close," I want to crawl into a hole. She's completely chill about it, says, "Who cares, it's not like we're getting married." But now I'm overthinking everything. Can't tell anyone, not even my best friend. They'd roast me into oblivion. Mom even asked me why I've been spending so much time with Ellie lately. Played it off like, oh, she's just really cool to hang out with. But Mom gave me a look like she didn't buy it. Ellie jokes about taking a vacation together, and all I can picture is us accidentally running into family somewhere. She's started sending me flirty texts even when we're at family events, and it's driving me insane. Grandma told me, "It's so nice seeing you two get along so well. Family is everything." Feel like I'm being spiritually waterboarded every time someone says something like that. She keeps saying we should just keep it casual and enjoy it while it lasts. Meanwhile, I can't even look at a family tree without feeling guilty. That feeling when I'm living a bad episode of Game of Thrones. That feeling when I'm the only one who thinks this might end in disaster. Should I continue, boys? I got fat because I have lived with my mommy for the past 3 years, and mommy keeps making me eat a lot of food and drink wine with her. Makes me. Why don't you tell her no? Telling mommy no. Are you insane? Go poo at work. There's someone in the stall next to me. They make 0 sounds. I can tell they're a pussy pooper. Shit. Wash hands. Pretend to leave the bathroom. Open and close the door. Hear pussy pooper ripping ass and sighing in relief. Say, "I heard that, you disgusting freak." Leave. Watermelelephant. Lemon key. Your best argument against homosexuality. Throw him at me. It's gay. I watched Has Been Hotel last night and it was really immersive. Really? Yeah, it felt like eternal punishment. State your job, salary, and age. No trolling. Sous chef at Wendy's restaurant. $10.25 per hour. 34 years young. Your job. Gee, no wonder you get $10.25 an hour. Be me. Talk to a girl. Ask if she likes gaming. She says yes. Ask what games she plays. She only lists girls' games like Barbie Simulator and women's basketball, not even a video game. Her boyfriend asks if I'm bothering her. I use my MMA training to execute a flawless jump kick demonstration. Go home and enjoy my collection of gorgeous 3D printed she-wolves. This speaks volumes. 1 kilogram is a really small cow though. Be me. 22-year-old knee. Decide to get drunk on wine because why not? Crack open a bottle of Merlot and start chugging. Feel like a sophisticated wine connoisseur for about 10 minutes. Start to feel the effects and suddenly I'm a philosopher. Begin to contemplate the meaning of life and the universe. Realize that wine is the answer to all of life's questions. Start to write a manifesto on the importance of wine. Spill wine all over my keyboard and notes. Look down and see that I've written "Wine is life" in all caps. Pass out on the floor surrounded by empty bottles and broken dreams. Good games with LGBT themes? Russian roulette. Be me. 22. At a bar with my friends. Get a bit tipsy, decide to go home. Walking down the road to my house. Stopped by a man in a ski mask. Give me all your frickin' money now. Hell no, .jpg. Pulls out a gun. Oh shit. Only one thought in my mind. Reach into my back pocket and pull out the toy gun I keep in my back pocket. Shoot foam dart at mugger. He instantly implodes. Cops immediately called, get taken for questioning. Cops look at me, asks how I did it. Look him dead in the eyes and say the sacred words. It's Nerf or nothing. Be me. Be today. Phone has a cracked screen. Go to department store, search for shop that could fix screens. First shop doesn't have screens for my phone. Second rejects. Third says it'll take a week. F this .jpg. Go home. Stop some corner store. Ask about phone. 30 minutes. Cool. Stay there. 30 minutes pass. Comes out from the back with phone. Flawless screen. Even better when I got it. Just gonna check the speakers. Sure. Opens music. Oh no. .gif. Wait, what are the chances? Anime intro starts playing. Oh frick. Guy snickers. I think it's good. Hands me the phone. Pay. Go home. Cry from embarrassment. I can't even listen to it without feeling uncomfortable. Be me. 21. Dutch exchange student in Edinburgh. Make Scottish friends at uni. One of them is from Glasgow. Go to Glasgow with him for a weekend. Went to a bar. Stereotypical rough Glasgow bar. Order a drink. Bartender has the usual cute Scottish accent. Look at her. Most beautiful woman I've ever seen. Pale white skin, blonde, blue eyes, gray boobs. Try to flirt with her. I'm awful with women. She actually thinks I'm cute. Somehow end the night shit-faced, but in her bed. Eat breakfast the next day together. We hit it off even more. She's 36 and divorced. Visit Glasgow every weekend to see her. Scotland goes in lockdown again after a while. She proposes that I stay with her. Spend all day and night together. Fall in love with her. Was supposed to go back home today. Flight cancelled because of virus mutation. Went back to her house. She told me she loves me and I cannot leave her ever again. Gonna stay here until at least the summer, but for the first time in my life, I'm with someone who I'm happy with. Frickin' love Scotland. Be me. No Happy Meal. Here, friend, you can have mine. Sorry, I already ate the toy. Visit Natural Museum. Near me, a 2-year-old kid sees a stuffed Arctic seal. Says to his parents, "Bunny?" The parents laugh and say, "No, it is a seal." That was some adorable shit. F, man, I wish I was a father, but women just don't like me much, nor generally want kids anyway. I'd been taking care of this cat and her kitten for weeks now, even built them a little shelter and everything. Today her kitten got hit by a car and now she's outside meowing, hoping he'll come home. I'm not having a good time, bros. Rest in peace, little coalball. You deserved better. ITT. Feels. B20. 2 days before birthday. Decide to ask my best friend, girl of my dreams, out for my birthday. She says yes. Go to pick her up. Doesn't answer. Call, bang on door, still no answer. Get pissed and leave. Get call from other friend. She's crying her eyes out. Can't understand her babbling. Finally calms down. Informs me that she was driving my best friend back to her house so we could go on a date. They crashed and now my best friend is going to die. Go to hospital to see her. Go into room. She's mangled and on life support. Start crying. Other friend informs me that her last words were, "I think I love Anon." Can't stop crying. Happened last year, but I'll green text it. Be me, work at a big tech company. Leftist, ultra-woke, usual corporate nonsense, etc. I'm 6'2" and lifting for 2.5 years, working up to 2, 3, 4, 5. Wear polo shirts to work because comfy and collared/professional. Downside is everyone can see my physique. I outright refuse to talk about weightlifting/fitness to my coworkers to avoid becoming a stereotype. Always change the subject or say, yeah, I used to lift in the past but not anymore. But I'm obviously very muscular, especially by normie standards. Normie standards are so effed. They think I'm Mr. Olympia, while to me I'm a work in progress. I can always feel the unspoken resentment from other people though. Thoughty summer interns and vendor sales hoes always approach me. Plenty of Myers. Some fat girl on a team adjacent to mine always making weird fitness jokes at my expense. Not a land whale, yet, but extremely overweight. Massive feminist, white BLM activist. Approaching the wall at warp speed and secretly knows it. They all do. There's a disagreement on how to use engineering resources. Hey, I'll bet Anon over there probably wants to settle the debate by arm wrestling, lol. Constantly weird annoying comments like that. One day I get to a meeting 5 minutes late because I had to walk across 2 buildings to get there. Well, nice of you to join us there, protein shake. Enough. Well, I'm here now. Sorry I'm late, McFlurry. Room with a dozen people in it falls silent. Everyone staring at me like I just murdered a child or something. Literally 15 seconds of silence. Fatty is in shock. Doesn't say anything for the entire meeting. Next day, manager requests a 10 a.m. meeting. Walk into the room, it's him and 2 HR people. Assigned 4 weeks of sensitivity training, online courses on diversity in the workplace. My face win. Around fats, never relax. Construction work. Coworker Tyrone. Yes, actually Tyrone. Forgot his safety glasses. Ask him if I should bring them to him. He says yes, but can't pay you $1. Gives me address. He lives in a complete ghetto. Absolute shithole. Find his apartment. Shitting my pants. Opens door. Says come in. His apartment is a tiny one-room one. The only thing there are a frickin' light bulb, a rundown couch, and a sink and boiler. No actual kitchen or fridge or anything else. All his shit is on the ground. The only food is cup ramen with chicken or beef flavor. Shit ton. No internet either. Gives me some prepared ramen cup as a thank you. Ask him if he's a minimalist or some shit. Nah bro, I hate my life so I'm saving money to hop social classes. He invests 95% of his income into stocks, crypto, and some shady shit. He doesn't have any family or close friends. The apartment is everything he owns. Starting working the day he got a high school diploma. Ask him how much money he's saving. I got like 2.3 mil right now, but I'm not stopping until I have 5 mil. I'll probably end myself if the stock market crashes and I lose it all. Go hard or go home. He's been living like this for 11 years. Depressed because ugly. Mom always says I'm not ugly. Talking with mom about old times. She says she had a guy that was in love with her, but she rejected him because people care about looks when they're young. I ask quickly, was he uglier than me? She immediately says no. Gotcha, mom. Be me. Dad leaves for cigarettes 15 years ago. Decide to go to store for food. See dad still in line, cigarettes in hand. Wave to him every day. Wake up. Day ruined. Get on scale. Take a massive piss and shit. Get on scale again. Gained 3 pounds. Probably should have shit and pissed in the toilet instead of on the scale. Fruit Tribe laughs at Meat Tribe. Says Meat Tribe breath stop early. Ice Age come. No fruit left. Guess who laugh now? Go to sleep. Struggle to go to sleep. Wake up 4 hours later for no reason. Struggle to get back to sleep. Finally do. Weird dream, but what dream is normal? Just glad to be asleep again. All going well until I get ready to piss. Remember the golden rule. If you piss in your dream, you piss in real life. Wake myself up. Walk to bathroom. Cannot conjure the piss. Wait for minutes on end. Have to literally start getting ready to leave the bathroom before I feel the urge to piss in waking life. I am getting very sick and tired of this whole physical form nonsense. Be me. Been rizzing up girl from the same class for the last 3 months. Hey, Anon. I wanted to give you something. We won Mr. Stark.jpg. Girl gives me some shiny ass ring key with some blue drawings. Didn't really like it, but still took it. Girl smiles from ear to ear. Got home, got kinda curious about the key ring's drawings. Represents autism. See the calendar. April 2nd. Girl thinks I'm autistic. My face win. Seriously, what do you do now? Whoever stole my card thought they were going to get a meal from me. Surprise! I'm broke. Crave it. It immediately makes you feel worse. What is this Devilry. 3 inches. Trying to lose some weight a while ago because I was obese. Get my coworker to help me. I'm poor in my country, so my work friend helps me and suggests it's cheap to get frozen vegetable, pea and carrots, etc. for my diet. A few days later on at work, and he asks how it's going. I tell him, yes, it's going quite good, but the frozen vegetable, it has a bit of a crunch. No, Anon, you are supposed to cook it. I did not know how to cook the frozen vegetable, so I was eating it just frozen. Everybody laughing in the office. I was never so embarrassed. Go on to Facebook. Receive message from girl I'm e-stalking. Why are you screenshotting my photos? Be me, 24, dating Celine, 22, for about a year. Celine's basically perfect. Gorgeous, funny, smart, loves animals, but smells like she's been hiding in a swamp since the Renaissance. At first, thought the weird smell was a one-off thing. First date, blamed the restaurant's weird fusion food smell. Second date, assumed maybe it was her dog who needed a bath. Third date, it hits me, it's her. And it's everywhere. Like someone bottled a mix of onions, vinegar, and old cheese. Ask casually if she uses deodorant. She proudly says, "No, I let my body detox naturally." Body's not detoxing, it's releasing an ancient curse. Convince myself it's just a phase, that love will conquer all. Start bringing her fancy soap gift sets as cute gifts. She just smiles and says, "Aw, but chemicals are bad for your skin." Can't tell if I want to cry, laugh, or throw myself into the nearest pool of Febreze. One time she hugged me after her yoga class, almost blacked out from the fumes. Invite her to a barbecue with friends. One guy asks if there's spoiled meat in the cooler. It was her. The spoiled meat was her. Yes, I had to explain this because you guys are all tarded. My roommate, Jake, starts calling her Stanky Celine behind her back. Even her cat won't cuddle with her anymore. Just sits across the room judging silently. Finally hit my breaking point when we had a movie night at her place. She snuggled into me and I swear the smell penetrated my clothes, my soul, my everything. Go home, throw my shirt directly into the trash instead of the laundry. Decide to give her the talk. Sit her down and gently say, "Babe, we need to talk about hygiene." She looks hurt and says, "Why does it matter? If you loved me, you wouldn't care." Counter with, "If you loved me, you'd care about my nose dying a slow death." She storms off in tears and I sit there wondering if I'm the bad guy. 2 days of peace, she texts me like nothing happened, invites me over for dinner. Decide to give it one more shot. Maybe she'll change. Walk in, she hugs me, and it's like being hit with an invisible wall of musk. She made soup. Even the soup smells like her. Try to eat it but keep gagging. She asks if I'm okay, and I say I think I'm coming down with something. Leave early, tell her I have a really early work meeting at 9 p.m. Driving home with all the windows down, my car still smells like her. Talk to my mom about it, she says, "You can't change people like that, honey." Realize I'm stuck in a relationship with a human embodiment of a foot. That feeling when love really does stink. Literally. That feeling when our idea of self-care is making everyone else suffer. Still trying to figure out if I should break up or invest in industrial strength air fresheners. Be me. 25, dating girlfriend for 2 years. Best bro since high school. We always make stupid wagers. One night, drinking at his place. "Bro, you think your girlfriend would stay with you if you were broke?" Laugh it off. Say of course she would. We've been 2 years together and already talking about marriage. Bet. Pretend you're broke for 30 days. She will dump you before a month is over. $200. Drunkenly agree. Shake on it. Next day, start the act. Tell girlfriend I lost my job. Bank account frozen. Hard times ahead. Slowly downgrade everything. No more eating out, cancel Netflix, sell my PS5 for rent. Girlfriend is supportive at first. Week 1. "Don't worry, babe, we'll get through this." Week 2. "Maybe you should ask your dad for a loan." Week 3. Start going out with her friends more often. Week 4. Second afternoon. "I can't do this anymore, Anon. I need stability." Dumps me over text. Tell bro. He just sighs, hands me a beer. "Told you, bro." Tells me to keep my $200 as a gift and tells me to buy a new PS5 with the money I got selling the other one. Be me around 5 p.m. Dad comes home from construction job. Sees me sitting at computer still in dressing gown with Naruto hat. Lets out the longest sigh ever and goes to his room and shuts door. Boss called a big meeting. Starts yelling at everyone. Don't care, so let my mind wander. Suddenly remembered something funny. Can't control my laugh and start choking up. Bury my face in my hands because I don't want everyone to know I'm laughing. Suddenly, everything goes quiet and coworkers start yelling at the boss for making me cry. Boss ended up getting written up for berating me. Suddenly, coworkers are way more social with me. I don't think I'm going to correct them because I wouldn't even know how to start explaining. First 2 girlfriends dump me because I'm too immature. Decide to get my shit together. Year later, start dating another girl. She dumps me for being too sensible. I just can't freaking win. Be me. No girlfriend or friends. Sad because long day. Listens to music. Gets better. Thank you, music. Game has morally good and bad routes and choices. Always play the good guy. Try to play the a-hole route to spice it up for once. Immediately feel bad and reload save to correct it. Why can't I do it, bros? You're just a natural friend. Hungry and trapped at work. $10 tastemaker from Pizza Hut. Just one large cheese, no toppings. Work less than a mile from the shop. $5 delivery fee. Also minimum order is $10.50. Add soda. $10 order becomes $18.40. $23 after tip. Fine, whatever. Checkout. Order is immediately cancelled. Hand it off to DoorDash. My face win. Take me back to the 90s when you can count on the pizza and Chinese places to do their own in-house delivery. Screw these fly-by-night ride-share gig work economy. It is screwing everything up. Be me. Look at contacts. Text the most recent person. Hey, wanna play Minecraft? He replies, I'm your drug dealer. Feel.jpg. That's the closest I've had to a friend. He says, damn bro. Embarrassment.jpg. He says he will come over and what to bring. I tell him to bring an Xbox controller. Silence. More silence. Worry.jpg. He replies an hour later. I'm at your door. Brought some Doritos and dew. What game mode we playing? Wipe the tears off my face. That feeling when first friend. Be me. 25, broke as hell. Drive a 2003 Honda Civic. Car's older than my little brother. Held together by duct tape and prayers. One day hear a noise. Like a dying cat stuck in the engine. Check engine light blinks like it's flirting with me. Time to get it fixed. No money for fancy mechanic. Find a sketchy shop on Google. Big Tony's Auto Emporium. Reviews say cheap and fast. One review says, bring holy water. Ignore that one. Pull up to the place. Looks like a junkyard had a baby with a haunted house. Rusty cars everywhere. Stray dog chewing on a tire. Big Tony greets me. 6 foot 5 inches, 350 pounds, wearing a Hawaiian shirt covered in grease. Gold chain thick enough to tow my car. What's good, fam? Explain the noise. Say less, we got you. Trust.jpg. He takes my keys, waddles to the garage. Notice a guy in the corner. Skinny, twitchy, holding a wrench like a sword. Call him Wrench Goblin in my head. Tony yells at him. Yo, Skinny, get the lift! Wrench Goblin scurries over. Car goes up. Tony starts poking around. Yeah, fam, your flux capacitor's toast. Pretty sure that's from Back to the Future. Ask what's actually wrong. Oh, your muffler's loose and your oil's basically tar. Okay, that sounds real. $200 we fix it today. Steep, but I need the car. Agree. Tony claps his hands. Skinny, grab the tools. Wrench Goblin grabs a hammer. Just a hammer. For a muffler. Concern.jpg. They start banging on my car. Like they're forging a sword in a medieval village. Sparks flying. Tony's yelling. Hit it harder, Skinny. Wrench Goblin's going full psycho. Hammer's denting everything. Ask if this is normal. Chill, fam. We're pros. Pros at what? Demolition? Hour passes. Tony waddles back. Yo, we found another problem. Oh no.jpg. Your radiator's leaking. Gonna be $300 more. Smells like a scam. Ask to see the leak. He points to a puddle. It's green. Pretty sure that's Mountain Dew. Call him out. Nah, fam, that's coolin'. Trust. Doubt intensifies. Tell him to just fix the muffler. Aight, but don't blame me when you're stranded. Guilt trip fail. They keep working. Hear a crash. Run over. Wrench Goblins drop the hammer on my windshield. Cracked like a spider web. My bad, bro. Tony laughs. Skinny's got butterfingers. We'll fix it free. Free with what? More hammers? Start regretting life choices. Notice a smell. Like burning rubber and regret. Tony's smoking a cigar. Next to my open engine. Yo, Tony! Maybe not smoke there. Relax, fam. I'm a professional. Professional arsonist, maybe. 2 hours in. Car's still on the lift. Wrench Goblin's now eating a sandwich. Breadcrumbs falling into my engine bay. Skinny, you're a genius, Tony says. Genius at what? Finally, they lower the car. All done, fam. $250. Wasn't it $200? Yeah, but we threw in a free oil change. Oil's still black as my soul, pointed out. Nah, that's premium oil. Looks dark on purpose. Bullshit.exe. Pay because I just want to leave. Start the car, noise is gone. Victory.jpg. Drive off, 5 minutes later, new noise, like a banshee screaming. Check engine light back on, pull over, pop the hood, see duct tape everywhere. Mufflers taped onto the frame, oil caps missing, radiator's got a sock stuffed in it. What the hell? Call Tony. Yo fam, you good? Tell him my car's a Frankenstein monster. Nah, that's custom work, you're welcome. Hangs up. Rage.jpg. Limp car to a real mechanic. Guy takes one look. Who touched this? Explain Big Tony's. Oh no, not those clowns. Clowns is right. Real mechanic fixes it. $600. Could have bought a new car. Well, a new 2003 Civic. Swear revenge. Next week, drive by Tony's. See him outside yelling at Wrench Goblin. Get an idea. Buy 50 packs of glitter. Add explosion mechanism. Don't ask me why I know how to do this. Dump them into a box. Label it free car parts. Drop it off at Tony's at night. Watch from across the street. Tony opens it. Glitter explosion. He's screaming. Wrench Goblin's running in circles. Shop's a sparkling mess. My face when they're still finding glitter months later. Hear through a friend, Tony's pissed. Some punk glitter bombed us. Worth it. Car still runs. Barely. Never going to a cheap mechanic again. Big Tony's still out there. Probably taping someone's engine together. Pray for them. Be me. 22. Dating Talia for about a year. Met her at a mutual friend's party. She's shy, soft-spoken, and super cute. She tells me early on she's a virgin and wants to wait until marriage. Not a huge deal to me, but I respected her boundaries. Figured I lucked out with someone who's wholesome and drama-free. We do everything else except sex, and honestly, it's been nice. Introduce her to my family, they love her. Think she's wife material. Friends tease me sometimes, but say she seems sweet. I think I hit the jackpot, start planning a future together. Fast forward to New Year's Eve party, pretty drunk, everyone's swapping crazy stories. Talia gets tipsy and suddenly says, well, at least my 16th time wasn't as bad as my first. Record scratch.mp3. Entire room goes dead silent. I just sit there blinking, trying to process what she just said. What do you mean, 16th time? I ask, laughing nervously. She freezes, then starts laughing too, saying it was just a dumb joke. No one laughs. Awkward silence hangs in the air. Later, her best friend Anna pulls me aside when Talia goes to the bathroom. Anna's tipsy and says, Talia's been lying to you, dude. She hasn't been a virgin since high school. Asks me not to tell Talia she spilled the beans, but says 16 is just what I know of. Feel my stomach drop. I trusted her completely. Stay quiet for the rest of the party, can barely look at her. Next day I confront her about it, and she immediately breaks down crying. Admits she lied because she thought I'd never date her if I knew. Tries to justify it, saying she loves me and that it doesn't matter now, does it? Tell her trust does matter, and now I don't even know who she really is. We argue for hours. She says it's my problem if I can't get over her past. Friends start picking sides when they hear about the breakup 2 weeks later. Half say I overreacted, the other half say she's a liar and I dodged a bullet. Months later, still think about it sometimes. Was it the lying, the body count, or both that messed with me so much? Okay, /fit, I just did one of the most embarrassing, ball-bluening things of my life. Seriously, I cannot sleep because of the shame. This occurred 9 hours ago. 8 out of 10 cardio bunny who I bumped into last week. I used to hang around with her brother ages ago. We were in a queue together. We got talking about fitness. As I recall, she was quite sporty. I mentioned my gym is rubbish, and she says I should check hers out. Guest pass and shiz. I jump at chance, both for gym and possible bone. We go, I do chest, tries, she goes treadmill, then cross trainer, then a few reps on the crunch machine for some reason. She asks what am I doing after this. I say might watch a movie. I've got a printed copy of Avengers I've been meaning to watch. She says she has wanted to see that. I maintain my spaghetti and ask her to come. She accepts. Continued. Go to mine. I crack open my cheapest wine. We are watching the movie and talking a bit. She's apparently a bit of a lightweight and wine goes straight to her head. We get talking about sex. Oh god, just typing this hurts. She mentions her ex never went down on her. I say something along the lines of, what an idiot. She goes in for kiss. We kiss for about 5 seconds. She pulls away. Then I, for unknown reason, need to fill a non-existent void. You know, I could give you the old lickaroo. The old lickaroo. I said it jokey and cheeky, but there was no way that didn't sound weird. Fuck. I may have sort of winked a bit. Oh god. She looks at me like I'm a shoe sniffer and pulls away and said, yeah, just gonna go toilet. This occurred roughly around when Hulk is smashing up the plane. She returns and I put my hand on her knee in an attempt to salvage. We make awkward small talk for what feels like an eternity. Man, this is a long film. When Hulk punches Thor, I remove my hand from her. Eons pass and the film finally ends. I walk her to my door and go for a hug. She effectively pats me on the shoulder. I am too ashamed to even touch myself and just lie in bed alone. The old lickaroo. Share with me your shame/fit. My misery needs company. Okay, story time. Posted it before, but people seem to like it. Be me. Junior in high school at the time. There's this kid in my history class who's really quiet. He always wears MLP t-shirts, has severe acne and a neck beard. Not to mention he's fat and like 5'3" at 17. Me, him, and a friend are put in a group to do a project on 1920s America. I get prohibition, he gets advertising, and friend gets music. We try to do our work, but he won't shut the F up about MLP. He tries to start up arguments about who's best pony, which season is the best, and pony musicians. He gets defensive and angry when we try to get him to shut the flop up and do his work. He irritates the frick out of me and I hate his guts. I make it extremely obvious, but he somehow doesn't catch on. About halfway through the project, he mentions intertwining ponies with his project. I tell him, no, you little twat, I'm not getting a low grade because of your obsession with a cartoon for little girls. Do your frickin' work and leave the pony shit out of it. Friend backs me up. Sparglord just says, I should have known you guys weren't true bronies. Just posers running with the herd. Friend and I look at each other like, what the flop is he talking about since neither of us has ever seen the show? The next day I see him in the hall and ask him about his part of the project. He says he's doing a PowerPoint. Say fine, just keep the pony shit out of it. He replies smugly, why should I? I tell him I'll break his nose if he does. He says, sure you will, big man, then walks off. I say nothing, awestruck by the loser tier emphasis put on big man. Later in class, he's doing nothing but drawing pictures that look like a 5-year-old drew them. He acts like they're the greatest masterpieces ever. I ask him about his PowerPoint. He gives me a shit-eating grin. Tells me that he knows I won't punch him because he knows my weak spot, while pointing to my D. Get fed up with his shit and explain in painstaking detail how much of a bitch he is and how much I hate him. How I would love to punch his lights out, and by putting pony shit in his part, he's just giving me an excuse. He's visibly upset and agrees not to put pony shit in his part. Fast forward to presentation day. Friend does his presentation, I do mine. Teacher looks impressed. Sparglord goes up. He's wearing a rainbow dash fedora and a troll face t-shirt captioned, you mad bro? With a shit-eating smirk, he opens up his presentation and Twilight frickin' Sparkle is on the first slide. Oh, frick no.png. Sparglord says, okay Minasan, I'm going to educate you on the subject of adverts in the 1920s and ponies. Next slide is a picture of Rainbow extending her hooves out to the screen for a hug. He hugs the smartboard and says, isn't that right, Dashi? Friend and I are speechless, unable to process the intense amount of Spurg loser behavior before us. Alpha Dude shouts, wow, you're a loser. Teacher is too stunned to say anything. Sparglord ignores it and goes on with the presentation. He talks about cloppers more than ads from the 20s. He half the slides are reaction shots of ponies that he talks to. People berate him and call him a loser. His presentation ends and he walks back to his seat like he just made the greatest presentation ever. He looks at me with a shit-eating grin as if to say, Yeah, I did it. Do something about it. See him walking home after school? Walk up to him. I cock my fist back and punch him in the face as hard as I can. His nose explodes, he starts crying, and I walk away without saying anything. See him in class with a large bandage over his nose the next day. I never get in trouble for it. Me and my friend get a 90 on our parts. Spurglord gets a 30. He gets bullied for that presentation. Hard. He leaves the school a month later.